Hello and welcome to the podcast. I think this is like episode 19, maybe 20. I think it's maybe 20. I think I posted 19 yesterday. And I posted it on YouTube as well, so I don't know if you guys checked that out. Let me know if you guys like when I post these on YouTube as well. I know sometimes people like to listen to podcasts while they're driving, while they're walking, while they're doing other things. So I don't know if YouTube makes sense, but sometimes people just like watching. So let me know what your thoughts are on posting on YouTube. So, I say so a lot, I realize, after doing these podcasts. You don't really realize how you speak until you start listening to yourself really speak. Especially when it's just like open conversation like this. It's not like my hockey games where I'm editing like the pauses in between and stuff. Because sometimes I'll say a sentence when I'm trying to explain how a goal went in, but then another play will come down and I'll have to make the save, and then I go back to re-explaining it. But just for the sake of the video, I'll cut the audio so that like the first half of the explanation and the second half are actually side by side, rather than it going first half of the explanation and then the shot that I make the next save and then me continuing to talk about it. Hopefully that makes sense. So with this, it's more of just like me just talking nonstop. I don't really edit these at all. Unless there's a huge pause or I need to get over and I'm paying attention to driving and there's like 15 seconds of me not talking, then I'll go and trim that out. But anyways, so in today's episode, I want to talk about being square to the puck. Now, this could be a technical Tuesday, but I'm just thinking about my last game. Even though we won, if you heard from I think the podcast on Monday or Tuesday, I don't even know when I posted it now, but I explained that we ended up tying 8-8 and then we won in a shootout. And a big reason why it went up to 8-8 on my end was because I just wasn't square to the puck. And I want to kind of address that, and I know that you guys won't see that game until not this weekend, but the following weekend. But I think I've had a couple people say, how do you stay square to the puck? And I think it's an important skill, and it's something that takes time to kind of learn, because it's all about being aware of where you are in the net and where you are on the ice. Because a lot of the times, maybe you're not doing something to get yourself square, or you initially start out square to the puck, but then they start making little adjustments to the left or to the right, and then you overcompensate or undercompensate, and all of a sudden you're out of position now just because they moved a little bit to the left or a little bit to the right. And I think the main thing to remember, and this is something that I started telling myself, and it was helping, and then I kind of stopped because I guess I forgot about it. But it's something that I remember being very useful, and I'm going to take into the next game, is that you want to try to always keep your stick first off in the middle of your body. So you want it between your legs, so it's covering up the 5-hole. And if that's in the middle of your body, if the blade of your stick's in the middle of your body, then all you got to do is try to line your stick with the puck. And that doesn't mean turning your body left or right. That means shuffling left and right until your stick is aligned with the puck, so the blade of their stick as well. Now obviously they can move the puck and their blade a lot faster than you can shuffle left and right, so there's a little bit of finesse, and this is where the practice comes in, because you got to understand too that if it's somebody that's going to be pulling the puck from their left to their right and then back to their left really quickly, and they're doing really wide toe drags or something like that, it's a lot harder to defend that, and you got to kind of really do your best to judge whether or not they're going to shoot forehand or backhand, and you won't really know until they're going to shoot. I mean, there are some tells that you can look at. Are both feet planted? Are they looking up? Are they looking down at the puck? Are they looking for the pass? There's certain things. If the blade is kind of covering the puck, if that makes sense. If the angle is the blade is downward over the puck, they're probably going to do another move, or they're actually going to shoot low. But if their blade is angled backward, so that they can raise the puck, that's what that means. So if you see that their blade is kind of angled backwards, if that makes sense, they're most likely going to try to raise the puck. They're probably not going to pass it, and they're probably not going to deke again, just because the way the angle is, if they angle it backwards, they're not actually going to get full use of their curve. So they're probably not going to try to do it deep. That's just something that I've noticed. But again, that's such a hard thing to pick up on when somebody's moving really fast. When they're moving their like hands really fast, it's really hard to tell what they're actually going to do in that moment. So you really got to really pay attention to their hands and not their hands, sorry, but the curve of their stick, and if it's angled forward. If I post this on YouTube, you'll see with my hands, like if this is the puck and the angle of the stick is like this, they're probably going to shoot it lower or still do a pass. But if it's more like this, that means they're going to try to lift it up. So that's kind of a giveaway that they're going to try to go up. Now, again, it's hard to judge that. But if you are squared to that puck, you're going to have a way better chance at stopping it than you would if you just kind of guess and you're not really square. So the one major thing that I would say if you're going to start working on this is just, again, making sure your blade is in between your legs and you're squared to the puck by making your stick perfectly like in line with their stick and the puck. I hope that makes sense. I hope that you guys understand what I'm saying. As always, I keep saying that like it'd be better to make these videos and actually show you on the ice, but I'm only on the ice once a week, and I don't have any practices. Or if I did practice, I think I'd be able to do a lot more like how-to videos. But maybe I'll rent the ice one day and do a bunch of how-to videos, just bang them all out of maybe make 20 of them, and then post those for you guys to kind of understand, and then I can also overlay this audio with those videos as well. But yeah, that's kind of like the one thing that I would recommend doing to be square to the puck. Now, one thing you got to also understand is like depth and where you are on the ice. And I always start at the back of my net with my back pretty much against the crossbar. And when a player is coming down on me, what I like to do is always touch, if I'm going out on my glove side to my left, I'll touch the left post with my glove just to kind of remind myself, okay, that's where the post is. Or if I'm going out the right, I'll use the butt end of my hockey stick and I will touch that right post, and I will see, like, just to remind myself, okay, that's where the post is, and just to remind myself, okay, that's where I need to keep in mind that's where the post is, so that as I'm coming backwards, I can go to the post properly. Sorry, I hope that makes sense. Also, I'm driving and I was kind of distracted by an accident, anyways. So, touching your post is super helpful. Another thing that I like to do, and this is more superstitious, and I don't know if I've ever actually showed it in a game, because I always do it during, like before they drop the puck, and usually I don't really show that because it's boring. But I actually, every time the whistle goes, I turn around, regardless if I was already centered, but it's just a way to reset after every play, and I tap the left post, and then I tap the crossbar, tap the right post, and then I turn around and then I hit the left post and then the right post, the left post and the right post with my stick. And I just do that to, like, again, reset, but also to recenter myself in the middle of that net. And that's just something that I do that I find helps, because at the beginning of each play, then it's like, okay, I know I'm centered. So when they come down, I will again tap whatever post it is that I'm closer to. So if the guy's coming down on my glove side, I'll go to the left. And it will just, again, help me with staying square to the puck and just prepared for whatever is coming down on me. So this should have been more of a technical Tuesday, now that I'm thinking about it. But regardless, I hope you guys have found some sort of value in this. And I am extremely sorry if it's difficult to follow along, because I don't have like the video demonstrating it at this time. But perhaps if this is something that you guys want me to go more like in depth on, then maybe I will make a little how-to video on how to be as square as possible. I still need to work on it as well, so I'm no expert, but maybe I've been thinking about trying to get a goalie coach to come out with me, and for me to kind of help you guys, but also to get feedback from that goalie coach and see what they have to say. And maybe he can or she can give you guys pointers as well as how to stay square and how to do this and how to do that. So if you're interested in that, let me know. If so, I will reach out to some local like goalie coaches and see if they'd be interested in doing a little collaboration, because I think that it would benefit you guys as well as myself. I think a one-on-one like session with a goalie coach would be super helpful for me. So I know that those videos would be helpful for you guys as well. So anyways, with that being said, guys, I really do appreciate all of you for listening. Thank you so much, and I will talk to you later. Have a good day.